This weapon costs almost $7, and it is the first weapon that is being sold in the store. And oh dear God, Helldivers 2 could be on the precipice of going down a path of monetization that we really hope the game wouldn't do. All right, guys, welcome to the channel. So this is sad. So this is the store. Now the store has a this is in some ways this is good because it is the first collaboration event in Helldivers 2. So weirdly, this is with Killzone. Now it kind of makes sense in some ways because I mean, if you look at some of this stuff, it looks like it's straight out of Helldivers anyway. Obviously, it's Killzone inspired stuff, and yeah, the other thing as well is it's a Sony IP, so it's going to be easy to just sort of go, yeah, let's kind of collab with ourselves in a way. So you can sort of see why they've done it, and I don't really have anything against that. I think some of this looks pretty cool. Assault Infantry is a nice title. I think that looks pretty cool. I actually really like the cloak as well. It's good, or the cape. It's good stuff, right? It's good stuff. But the problem here is look at the cost of this stuff. Now, my first reaction to this was, do you know what? This should have been a Warbond. Like, why are they charging, $6.15 effectively for this weapon? Which I'll say this as well. Look at the stats on this thing. This isn't that good. This just looks like the standard Liberator. But like what? It's got a smaller magazine. It's got more fire rate. It's light armor penetrating. It's not really like, wow, that's great. So in some ways, you can say, yeah, the devs have done a decent thing. They're not straight up selling a better weapon in the store. But yeah, like I was looking at this stuff. Oh, well, again, actually, you want to talk about stuff which is straight up better in the store. Check this out. This is, that's freaking crazy, that is. And you can only get that in the store. So Acclimated provides 50% damage resist to fire, gas, acid, and electrical damage. That's a really good passive for the armor, but it's only in the store, which is, it quite worrying because we don't want to go down this path, guys. We really, really don't. But anyway, the point I was making is, yeah, this why wasn't this a Warbond? This seems quite expensive. Look at this, 310. So I mean, even if we dumb these down because I'm an idiot and I can't add up, we say $3 there, $3 there, you're at $6. Then you got $5 there, you're at $9, and then you throw in, $6 for this, $1.50 for that, almost $1 for that. It's adding up. But guess what? This actually isn't all of it because I think on the 20th, they're going to add more stuff to the store. And so I was like, just do a Warbond. But you know what, guys? It was a Warbond. Now, I can't actually show you this because Sony will literally take legal action against me. Sony don't like it if anybody talks about any content that's in their games. They can't stop you talking about it. But if you show any of it off, they will come down on you with a very strong legal threat. So I can't show you. But you can go and Google this, or just Google Righteous Revenants Premium Warbond Helldivers, and you'll see that all this stuff was originally a Warbond. So why the hell have they decided to break it down and sell it in the store? Well, it's just to generate more money. And the other issue with all of this is a premium game. You buy Helldivers, it's not just free to play. So like, what's going on here? What are the devs saying about this? Well, I think they know this was going to go down like a ton of bricks, and the community were not going to be happy about this because it is the start of a very slippery slope of once you start selling weapons, well, where does it end? Like, where do you go from here? You just keep selling what? You're going to sell stratagems next, vehicles, everything's being sold. It's like, come on, guys. Well, this is what the CEO says. Hey, quick comment on the Hellgas stuff. Firstly, this is our first collaboration, so we're figuring it out as we go along. Let us know what you'd like to see in the future. Secondly, it's optional. The more of this we sell, the more illuminate type stuff we can keep dropping for free. And then you can see this user, the hog, says, you cannot be serious. These prices are fucking egregious. Your game is not free. We have already paid, and don't get to hide behind a $20 skin if that makes the difference. And the reply is noted. So the point I want to highlight from this is this idea of, well, the more we sell of this, the more illuminate type stuff we can keep dropping for free. Sorry? Is that not what Warbonds are for? You know what I mean? Hello? Also, your game generated a fuck ton of money through just box sales anyway, and it is generating money through Warbonds. And look at this. We don't care. We'll drop money on Warbonds. I've dropped money on Warbonds. Yeah, I've got some for free through just earning the credits playing the game. But, I've mainly bought the Warbonds. We buy them because look at the amount of content in them. Look, there's more, like, you get weapons, you get vehicles, you get stratagems. It depends on the Warbond, but there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of value. This is what's funding your game, not the friggin' Superstore. Such an insane take that is. But what worries me is this sounds like, again, almost like product people are starting to get a bit too much control because they want to actually just sell stuff to the player base. I've seen this happen with Overwatch, where you just end up with everything being sold. The community get nickel and dimed. So while this might be a bit of an overreaction from my part, I don't think it is, but you guys might. I don't know. You let me know in the comments below. But I think this is a slippery slope where suddenly these prices start getting a lot more expensive, and you know, where are we going to end? But the thing is, somebody will buy this. People will buy this stuff, and they'll be like, because it puts me up. Like, even though I like this, I'll never take off my Level on Creek cloak or cape. I don't know why I keep calling them cloaks, but whatever. I'd never take that off. The armor, yeah, I think the passive is good on this. I like that helmet as well, so maybe I would get that. But for $3, I mean, this is getting a bit like, this is not good. This really isn't good, because this game already has an established monetization anchor in the Warbonds. And let's be real, you know, you buy the game, and then we're paying for battle passes. So they are having their cake and eating it, and they also just have the superstore anyway. But they're starting to convert this into a much more premium offering to try and maximize monetization return, which is fucking terrible, because you're treating your players like consumers that you need to sell stuff to, instead of people who are actually community members and people who play the game, who want to enjoy the game, because they will enjoy the game if you give them content, and they will keep buying Warbonds, right? They absolutely will. And in terms of saying stuff like, well, you know, you need to buy this stuff to keep us funding free content drops like the Illuminate, I mean, that ain't good. That is really not a good look at all, because they've already got monetization in the game. I don't know why they're saying that. You know, maybe it's almost not a threat, because that would be insane, but almost like I wanted to say like a veiled threat, but that's not really what it is. But almost saying like, look, we'd have to sell you the Illuminate as an expansion. But I'd just say to that, well, yeah, you could just do an Illuminate Warbond. I mean, this is the Illuminate Warbond, right? So in some ways, they have sold it us, right? So they've given us a drop of the Illuminate, and then also we've got this Warbond as well. But I reckon they've missed a trick here. This should be totally branded up as like an Illuminate, like, Warbond. Like, you should get Illuminate style stuff, maybe, you know, like give you some crazy lasers. I don't know. I mean, it kind of is anyway. Like, a lot of these things are designed to deal with the Illuminate, right? Like things like the turrets and, you know, all of that stuff. The vehicle's pretty fun in there, although that's fun against any enemies. But yeah, you know, so I don't know. Well, the point I was trying to make is, look, you can do a big content drop with a Warbond, and that should pay for it. You shouldn't have to do this and then say to the community, actually, no, the reason we're doing this is to keep funding development so we can keep adding free stuff to the game that you've already paid for. What the hell? Also, as well, I wouldn't really care if they did a big expansion to Helldivers every year with a massive load of content and you had to buy it. I wouldn't care. I would do that. I would buy that. But I just don't like this nickel and diamond attitude and this thing of, this is a slippery slope, guys. You know, you're starting to sell weapons. Granted, it's a pretty mediocre weapon, so there is a bit of a saving grace there, but like, what happens if this weapon was literally like meta, and, well, I'm not going to say meta, but better than all the other weapons, and you literally have to pay $6 for it? That to me is a horrifically bad taste. Guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Yeah, I've been Stylosa, and I'm a little bit disappointed at the moment, because Helldivers, the Illuminate, are really fun to play against, and this has kind of left a bit of a sour taste in the mouth. But I wanted to, you know, cover this because it is important, because we can't just let them get away with, like, you have to, if you see something that you don't agree with, then drum up a discussion and start talking about it. We'll have to wait and see what they do about this, but I would imagine that they'll just carry on and drop the next 6 or so items in a couple of days, and I think there is going to be another weapon as well, some sort of plasma ranged weapon, I think, like plasma sniper rifle, something is going to get launched, and yeah, an additional armor, some light armor as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you lovely lot on the next one. See you soon.